Julia Soto Zozaya was about pride and addressing important community issues, like providing scholarships to Latino youth. She had a favorite saying, "If one door closes, another door will open." Here's her story.
Julia came into this world on March 23, 1926, and for nearly 79 years blessed us with her charm and charisma. She was a farm girl. Her parents, who were Spaniards, owned a large ranch along the Colorado River near Kingman, Arizona. They owned sheep, cattle, and grew vegetables. As a youngster, Julia attended school in Oatman, Arizona, a mining town that became famous when gold was discovered. The school she went to is still standing. It overlooks a town that has become a popular tourist attraction. Family and friends who grew up with Julia remember an inquisitive youngster ready to take charge and ready to offer advice.
Well, she was always telling the other kids what to do right and what to do not to do.
A quote that she used very often, it was, "If one door closes, another will open. That's not going to stop me."
It was in high school that Julia, a local beauty queen, was attracted to Steve Zozaya, a jock, a popular football star. It was in 1949, after Steve returned home from the Army, that they were married in Kingman, Arizona. They were married for nearly 60 years.
We like 3 months have been 60 years. Yeah. And I was surprised that she was even single when I came back, because there were thousands of GI soldiers, training right there in the desert training. And all the young Mexican people, kids, But she told me, she said, "I've been waiting for you."
Julia Soto Zozaya was not your typical community activist. She was a true achiever. She was a doer devoted to improving life in her community. She was single-minded with unrelenting determination and tireless energy. She was one of the most consistent and enduring advocates for the empowerment of Hispanics in Arizona.
Advocating for the poor, advocating for our community is tough stuff, but she never quit. So that's one of the things you just have to admire of an entire lifetime. And for her, it was much more difficult than the rest of us.
I don't know how many kids went to college because of scholarships that she found manufactured or were given because of her abilities to convince corporations and organizations to give to kids.
People have to realize, and our youth have to realize, that nobility is not won by trying to force things, but nobility is won by the works of that individual. And this is a lot of her legacy is the nobility that she showed, and she earned that nobility.
Julia's distinguished career spanned more than 40 years. Her lifetime achievements are a reflection of a person who was disciplined, who made tough choices and understood the potential of the Latino community, always promoting education, economic growth, and full participation in the political process. In 1975, she was featured in a television special, The Mexican American, on Cool TV. She talked about the value of bilingualism.
I'm so proud that today you have the ability to be bilingual, and that, the dying away of the Spanish language, that is over, and that we're coming to a period when it's all right to talk Spanish.
Her success was not overnight. Julia set long-term and short-term goals. For 16 years, she worked for the Arizona Department of Economic Security and later for U.S. Senator Dennis DeConcini. Her attention to detail and foresight made it possible for her to achieve a number of professional milestones. Among them is establishing Arizona's first 24-hour Spanish-language FM radio station, KNNN.
That was the biggest accomplishment for Julia.
As a woman, she grew up in a generation that probably did not afford all the rights, and as a Hispana, obviously the culture and probably didn't allow her all the opportunities, but she never let anything get in the way. There was never an excuse of why she couldn't do something. And so she went from a community activist to a businesswoman, and our community, not only the Hispanic community, but I think the community in general, has benefited by her presence. And hopefully the chapter that's written about her will be an important chapter of not only Arizona, but also what she contributed nationally as a businesswoman and also an activist.
For Steve Zozaya, the accomplishments of his loving wife are wonderful memories of the life they shared for nearly 60 years. Memories of moments of joy, tenderness, and companionship.
Nunca jamás pensé llegar a quererte así. Nunca jamás pensé derramar mi llanto por un amor que había de pagarme así. Sé que te...
For Steve Zozaya, the accomplishments of his loving wife are wonderful memories of the life they shared for nearly 60 years. Memories of moments of joy, tenderness, and companionship.
Jamás pensé llegar a quererte tanto. Nunca jamás pensé llegar a quererte así. Nunca jamás pensé derramar mi llanto por un amor que había de pagarme así.